Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to this session of Let Us Talk It webinars. We are extremely happy to have with us a continuous series every week, 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We come to you with with anything that we find different, we find similar, but with a new perspective. So we will welcome all of you who have joined on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. We are grateful to all the participants who have been joining with us every week, motivating us, keeping this going. And we also hope that if you want to be part of this webinar series, please do email us at webinar@letustalkit.com. And we do these professional webinars every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 12 to 1 p.m. EST. But we do not end there. We also try to engage, enhance, empower the youth. We do our Let Us Talk It Youth series every week. 2 sessions with a younger group and an older group of youths. And those sessions the webinars happen every other Fridays for the younger group and at 8:45 p.m. EST. And for the older one, we have at 4 p.m. EST on Saturdays. So we'll talk more about how we go on doing this every week, but we are thankful that you could join in today. And today's topic is absolutely something which we fear a lot. But if we just stop for a moment, if we think differently, we'll have a different perspective, and that is of failure. So why not embrace failure as well? Because every successful person has said that, unless there was failure, they would not have reached to the top that they did. So to know more about it, to know the different perspective, we have with us Swati Lekha Tiwari, and she is a graduate from Delhi University, and she has done her master's in mass communication with specialization in communication management, and she has been working in non-government organizations for upliftment of women, trained people in confidence building, mental strength, personality development, and she has also been working in underprivileged sector for mentorship of needy. I feel that she has seen failure very closely, and we are extremely honored to have you, Swati Lekha. Thank you for joining us today. Over to you.
Hi, everyone. How is the day going there? And I'd like to talk about a topic which I do not hear generally people talk about. They talk about the opposite, that is success. So today I decided let's talk about failures. Failures is something which we've all been through someday in our lives, and some people go through it daily. So today we begin about failures, a different perspective. Failures, a different perspective, how? For example, if you are cooking lamb roast today, you were not able to make it at you desired. For many, it would be a failure. They'll say, oh God, I just could not do such a simple thing. For many, it would be a failure. And for many, it would be, okay, tomorrow I'm going to try again. So here it is. This is what I want to talk about. Failures, a different perspective. Looking here, I am trying to say that you fail daily or sometimes. Why don't we rejoice at? Why don't we try to just enjoy in that? Always we can enjoy our failures. Every time, morning, afternoon, evening, or night, we can always see the good in bad. And this last thing, which I'm trying to mention here, blessed. We all are blessed. It's just how you look at it. We all have something which we can bank upon. Sorrow, despair, sadness. We all been through this feeling. You can either accept sorrow, despair, sadness, or you can either just argue about it and talk about it and search internet about it all through the day. I've been through my kind of sorrows, I've been through my kind of despair and sadness. And as Julian mentioned correctly, when I've been through my journey of career in NGO, I've been through really, I've seen the darkness, I've seen the sadness so close. But what they loved about me, and that is where I discovered there is love in sorrow, is when they saw somebody was interested in talking about sorrow. They were so happy that somebody was interested in listening to what was so sad. So my point is, sorry, that you should accept sorrow, despair, sadness always. Just don't deny it. Don't feel that, I have no sorrow in my life, or the other person across the table, that fellow might be better. And that's what we mentioned. The grass looks greener on the other side. I have been growing up listening to this from everyone who is smart. They always say, do not look at the other person and think, oh God, that fellow is better than me. You do not know where the shoe is biting that other person. So my point is, whenever you get up in the morning, just look into the mirror and just try to say, no problem, yesterday was a bad day. Let's start again. I'm not asking you to file for that interview again. I'm not asking you to go over that that relationship again where you were not happy. No, no. I'm just asking you to look for a better way to smile. That's all it takes to take your day in a better, make your life better. Every time when you get up, that's a morning cup of tea, a morning cup of coffee. Isn't that really a blessing that you're able to have a cup of coffee? You have that cup in your hand. There are many people in the world who can't even afford a cup of coffee, a cup of tea. So easy to just smile and have a blessed day that, okay, I at least have a cup of coffee on my table. Morning, afternoon, if you have even a single piece of bread to eat, isn't that better to a person who does not have even a bread, or does not know when the next meal might be available? In evening, if you have a family member anywhere in the world to call upon to say hi, I think you really are lucky. And in the night, when you try to sleep, you have a tomorrow waiting for you. That is the blessing in disguise. Everybody has sorrow, despair, sadness. But my point is, can you talk about it? Can you share about it? Are you comfortable talking about it to your kids, to your family members, to your spouse, to your office colleague? Can you talk about what is not making you happy rather than just talking about, oh, I got a promotion? Can we talk about the demotion also? Because everywhere in the social media, everywhere in the world, I always see people putting up a plastic smile. Why? That is why the suicide rates have gone alarmingly high, substance abuse, and all the kinds of crimes which are rising up. Why? Why? Because we are not able to communicate our despair, our sadness, our problems. Let's try this. If even one person today, after listening to me, can talk about sorrow today before they sleep, just think about the things they did not like, and they try to talk about it to someone somewhere in this whole world. That is the prize I get to talk to you. I don't know who is listening. I have no idea whether you like me, you do not like me. But then I'm not questioning that. I'm not going into the sorrow or the sadness. Oh, you did not like my voice. Oh, you did not like my earrings. You did not like the way I'm wearing my lipstick. Oh, I could have been sad about that. Oh, you do not like the way I speak. You do not like my accent. No, dear, I'm going to be happy about it. At least somebody is just listening and even criticizing. See, this is what my point is. I might have failed in communicating my point to many, but at least I'm happy that they were listening to me. That is what I want to talk about. That is the whole point there. How do you see yourself? There are many, many problems which I can't even talk in this limited hour. But if you just try to look at it into a better manner, I'm not asking you anything big. I'm just asking you to see life, accept it as it is. Every time you have a problem, accept it. Do not say that, okay, I'm perfect. I should not be having any problems. And I'm going to come on to the kind of problems we might have. Not everything has a reasoning. Not everything has a justification. Not everything has a logic. As my journey of life skills trainer, mentor, and personality development, I've met so many individuals. They've told me their stories. And what do they expect out of me? Can anybody think that what do they want from me when I will listen to them for hours and hours and hours? They just want somebody to listen to them. That's all. They do not ask me any reasoning, any justification, or any logic. They just want somebody to listen to them. That is the dearth. They can go on and on and on and just talk about the sorrows and the problems they had. And they always feel that if we had someone to talk to. So, dear, my answer to that question is you always have someone to rely on. But were you that person they could rely upon? It's a give and take relationship. That is why I always say that when you have no reasoning, no justification, no logic, then why do you fight for a logic and a justification, a reasoning that that fellow did not help me or that lady did not help me? I'm not going to help her. Just try to raise one hand. Just try to hold one hand, and I'm sure the next time you need someone, no reasoning, no justification, and no logic would be required. And you can just barely just bare your soul and speak about anything and everything. And believe you me, in my journey of life skills trainer, I have seen that people just want to listen. I have been talking about so many things personally, professionally, and some people just listen, just listen for hours and hours and hours. And when I finish, I say, you know why, what I wanted? I just wanted somebody to listen to me. I do not want any reasoning from you. I do not want any justification. I just do not want anything. I just want an ear. So, first way to kill your sorrow, give yourself a smile is do not find a reasoning, do not find a justification, and do not find logic in everything which happens in your life. You have to adjust to things beyond your control. There are some things which you have absolutely no control upon. Say, for example, somebody borrowed something from you and did never bother to return. Can you control that situation? Can you do something about it? Adjust to certain individual. You have to tolerate that fellow in your office. If that fellow is uncooperative, he is bossy, he is authoritative, you will have to adjust to that individual, and you can't be always sulking in the background. Oh God, I'm going to work with this fellow. How will I work with this fellow? Because you know what, dear, this is what you feel about yourself, that I might be perfect, but there might be issues about yourself which that other individual might be feeling. You know why she's always just thinking about herself, or why is he always just thinking about herself? Why can't we ever come out of our own shoes or our own skin to just see that how are we behaving? Can you ever sleep in the night and just imagine today when there was an issue in the office or at a home front, or there was a quarrel in the metro? How could that quarrel be avoided? Because I'm 100% sure nobody likes to quarrel, nobody likes to fight, nobody likes to get cheated upon. So I really feel that we can always avoid conflict unless that conflict is something which is upon your own self-esteem. And I have always read in management, they always teach you to win. And there are very limited goals where we say, okay, you became this, you have this, or you did this, or you have a villa, you have a car, you have this or that, and you won. Dear, I feel even my son, when he's playing and if he's able to understand the new toy he's got and he's able to fly that quadruplane, he's like, oh God, I won something. So I do not see the excitement in it, but he does. Today I'm able to talk to you. For me, that is a win-win situation. But for many, it would be that, oh, what's so great about it? So, dear, you have to find a reason. You have to really visualize that what I did today or in my whole life that I feel I won. So it's just how you see it, how you see yourself winning. Generally, we feel we won because we won a lottery. We got a big bank balance. We got a lovely family. And I've seen people who have none of these. They do not have a family. They do not have a big bank balance, but they are very happy. They're very contented. How? That's my big question when I meet them. That how are you so contented? You have a bigger smile than I have. So it's how you win. The poorer class around me, when I ask them, how are you able to smile so perfectly? So she says, that's because, sister, I'm very happy at what we have. When I got married, I had absolutely nothing. But then I decided I'm going to do some work or any work and I'm going to come at par with my husband. And that lady, she came at par with her husband. And that's very happy for her. So see, I told you now, all win is just the perspective. What will happen if you feel, oh, I did not win? I did not have this. I do not have that. My son argued with me. My mother did not understand me. What will happen? That will pile up on. You will have anger. And anger at anything is not helping anyone near and dear to you. And it is only helping you to make enemies and cutting your life short. So anger at anything will only anger your soul and you. I know this, all the things which I'm mentioning, you've heard about it, you've read it, you know everything about it. But I'm not asking you to copy anyone. I'm not asking you how to reduce anger, how to smile. This all is in yourself. You just have to look at yourself from a different perspective. You are fat, you're tall, you're dark, you're white, you have one less tooth, you have gray hairs. There's so many complications, so many issues we adults have. So, what's the solution? Anger? No. You can have anger at someone who cheated upon you. You can have anger, and what will happen? The cheater will be busy with their own lives. You will be blaming someone or the other one. And the famous word which I keep on hearing is that fellow is narcissistic. That person is narcissistic. Who is narcissistic? Narcissistic is, I suppose, the fellow who keeps on talking about that what wrong had been done with me, or that fellow cheated me, or that person did not promote me, that car overtake me, petrol prices are high. What's the point? Blame game is two-way. Blame game is two-way. If you start blaming your issues on someone else, that is only being angry about everything in life. This is called as excuses or explanations. What does that look like? That looks like that you're doubting yourself, that whether I could have avoided this critical situation with my wise decision, or maybe I would have trusted someone else more than I trusted myself, or I would have trusted myself more than I have trusted someone else. See, life for everyone is so different. Today or tomorrow, whenever I will speak, I will never tell you to follow a path. You follow your own path. But I just want that you should always be happy about it. You should not have regrets. You should not be a person who is just self-doubting. and always thinking that, okay, excuses, explanations, blaming, narcissism. No, dear. Explaining anyone, anything, trying to make yourself justified, just doesn't look good. I feel that makes you look weak. Just you trying to explain yourself until and unless that is your family, that is someone so important, so dear, that you want to make your amends clear. You do not want to have any baggage. Perfect. I think that's the best thing you can do. If it's against any wrongdoing, it's warning a perpetrator, then I feel confrontation is the best thing rather than talking at back. Confrontation is the next thing which I want to talk about. You have to confront your issues, but at the same time, if the issue is not yours, rather than talking at the back, I'm not asking you to be loud, be rude, but try to talk to the same person and tell that person. I have seen so many cases would have been solved if there would have been a direct communication. Direct communication is very important. You have to communicate. I'm not asking, again, I'm mentioning, I do not say that you fight about it, to be angry about it. I'll tell you what I'm trying to say with an example. What is this? Everything is a mess. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, oh, it's such a mess. 2 minutes, I'll clean it. See, so different. So different. In the first, what would have happened? People around me, oh, what's wrong with her? Is she all right? And the second one, oh, she's such a nice fellow. She could have been loud, she could have been rude, she would have been shouting, she would have been throwing things around. I know it's difficult, but if I can try to do it, then I think anybody can. I'm not having any 4 years or I'm not like anything special, but I inculcated these habits. I had such anger management issues and I did not ever took therapy. I never had to go to see a shrink because I could talk to myself. Thank God, thank God that I'm educated enough to read, to write, to read so many people. You have to find your own way to get out of the mess. You like cooking, you try it. You do not like cooking, just have the basic learning skills. You should try to inculcate some life skills which will make you enjoy your daily life. When you every day have to morning get up, brush your teeth, and go to the office, I know it sucks. In winter, you do not feel like going, but then you have to do it now. So why don't we try to put up a smile on it that, okay, you know what, at least I have a job. There are so many people who do not have one. Many survivors will narrate their stories. And everybody is a survivor. Whoever is listening to me, whoever is here, they're all survivors. I'm a survivor too. But I do not have any story to tell that, oh, I survived this. Why don't you copy my path? I have none. I do not have a success story. I don't think so. I'm successful. I have seen people more successful, but I'm not sad about it. I'm very happy that wherever I am today. And you can see that with my smile. You can see the way I talk. Why? Because I'm so satisfied with whatever I have today. I have few complaints with my life that, okay, you know, if this would have been there, I would have been the happiest person in the world. But you know what? That is self-doubting. I don't know whether I would have been happy or not. But I feel that way sometimes. But dear, I'm very happy wherever I am. I have no success story to tell. I have no formula. Okay, you know, I persevered. I studied late night. I did that. I did this. Please do not follow all these things. Nobody says that if you keep on studying all through the day and night, you will definitely be successful. Who said that? The counterparts working with me on office might be more qualified, but they are today sitting exactly with me. When I started working, the lady who was my boss was less educated than me. She was younger than me. And I used to wonder, why did I do so many qualifications when I had to start from scratch? I was a trainee and she was the manager. So which success story do you feel is the best? Today I am here sitting around you. She might be doing something great. So can you say that education is the key success? No. So that's why I feel success story is so different for everybody. So that's what I mean to say, that whenever we hear to success stories, there are n number of success stories, and you can listen all through the day. And what would you result? Your headache. You will have a headache. You will be confused where to go, which one to listen. They're all talking about this, they're talking about that. No, dear, just do not listen to anyone, just listen to yourself. You just try to understand what's going on with your life. Are you successful? What do you feel? If anybody is thinking about success right now, just answer in your mind, do you think you are successful? I feel everyone in this world, from a 1-year-old to a 90 to 100 and 110-year-old, is successful, because success is contextual. In my viewpoint, everyone is successful. A person without limbs trying to survive is successful. A downtrodden lady trying to make ends meet, trying to raise kids, she's successful for me. For me, successful is not IS office, some defense minister, some this, some governors. They are success stories? No, not at all. Success stories, each and everyone. Everyone has been through their battles. I every time feel from my heart that everybody is having a success story. Even dogs, even animals have their success story. It's just that they do not have TED Talks. Otherwise, dogs would have talked about success stories too. They're talking about success stories. When you look at all these videos, what happens? Many people have come up with me and say that I heard such and such story on TEDs. I heard such and such stories on other platforms. And I was so sad that I have nothing to be so proud of on. What happened? There will be moment of despair. There will be moment of complete madness. There will be moment of sorrows. There will be moments when you will doubt yourself. There will be moments when you will be judgmental about your own life. There will be moments of embarrassment. Yes, there will be. In life, nothing can be predictable. People who claim they found success are just lucky. I know that's a controversial statement, that I am feeling that everybody who's say that who are successful are just lucky. People who claim that, I feel that way because people who claim that, I feel that they are just trying to brag. Because success story, is there any given path? Is there any paved road that, okay, you know what, I am successful because today I am this, today I am that? So I am just trying to mention one point every time. Success is all here. Failure is all here. Everybody is a failure. At the same time, everybody is a success. What can we do that can make us a better individual? When you talk about failures and success, I do not mean to say that everybody is so perfect that they do not need to change, they do not need to talk about anything. Can they be polite? Can they be polite about anything? Anything. Like I just quoted an example that there is a mess on the table. I can be irritated. I can be shouting about it, or I can be polite. I can be so sweet about it. I should never hurt someone knowingly. I always feel when you're working in an environment, you should never hurt anyone. for your own good, for your own success. You know what? Karma is there. I always feel there is karma. If you hurt someone, that is going to bite you someday or the other. That's definitely going to come back. And if we try to be polite and try not to hurt, I'm not asking you to be a saint. I'm not asking you to be God. But these virtues are going to pay you, dear. These virtues are going to pay you. How they will pay you? Because when you be polite, naturally the reaction from the other side will be politeness. So many times in road rages, I have seen that when person is shouting, the other person is naturally going to shout. But when there is a third person involved, that fellow tries to save the conversation and tries to save the fight. He'll always be polite. Oh, please calm down. Both of you calm down. Talk, talk, talk. And if that third person is not around, what happens? Guns. That's what happens. So that one person, why can't you be that person? Why can't I be that person? I have imagined myself so many times in a situation that if I am in the situation, what would be my reaction? Try that. I'm telling you, that will be so helpful because it's such a big life. Every moment you don't know where you are. You might be in a situation where your virtue, your thought, your actions save the day. Believe you me, this has happened with me so many times in my journey of trainers and meeting so many trainers myself. We have always been very polite to each other, and we try to inculcate that in our daily lives. Sometimes I do feel that I'm being polite and I'm being rubbed off. Why? Because I do not want to argue. But at the end of the day, when I sleep, I'm so happy that, okay, I avoided this conversation, which would have definitely resulted in unpleasant situation. And I get so upset if somebody is rude to me. I get so upset that for coming days, I start to just think, oh God, I wish I could have avoided that conversation. If somebody hangs up, I'm calling and somebody just does not answer, that is also rude. I feel that, okay, that was so impolite. Simple response that I'll call you back. That's a big thing. But people do not even today bother to just reply, be right back. Just say BRB. What's so big about it? You're not going to go to hell if you say BRB. I just mean to say that, dear, be polite. Your virtues. First look at yourself, then try to say that, oh, I did not get this. Maybe if you would have been a little more virtuous, a little more polite, you could have that success or that particular thing which you desired. In my journey, there have been so many times when I was bullied in school. I was, because I am a tall person. I was bullied for my height. That time, there was nobody who could have told me that how can I avoid this bullying? How can I take it with positivity? But today, when my kids are growing up, I teach them that bullying has absolutely should not have any impression on your brain, because I know this is a very controversial thing where people say bully, if somebody bullies you, fight back. What would that result into? A never ending fight. Why should that bully, until and unless that's not physical, affect your brain? There are so many circumstances where people get bullied. Will you be fighting about it? So I try to teach my kids, no, dear, that fellow said that you're fat, that fellow said this, that fellow said that. Please cut it. Don't think about it so much. There are so many other things to think about. There are so many other issues everybody has. Let's think about that. Let's talk about that. But if the bully person is violent, that should be immediately dealt with and should be immediately taken to the higher authorities. I have seen people bullying my kids. At first, I was very calm, very composed, and I never interfered. But when things got physical, this is me, but this is me talking to the principal, and this is me talking to the principal in the most utmost polite manner. This is me talking to the lady of the child who hit my child so bad that she started bleeding. I could have been on the call shouting at the lady, but I never did that. No, I do not want to have the lovey-dovey picture of myself. Why? Because I always feel when you shout, when you get angry, you are losing your point. There is when you are failing to prove your point. Look for the right words, look for the right sentences. When you talk about it, look for the right kind of sentences, right kind of grammar. To prove your point, you do not have to shout, you do not have to raise your volume, and raising hand is a strict no-no. I know sometimes it is so uncontrollably difficult. You have to fight back. But I have been through so many situations where we were able to control our anger. I was able to control my anger. There have been so many times where I thought, God, well, will the situation end? I want to just run away from it. I would have argued, I would have talked back so many times, but no, dear, I do not do that. What is the point of doing that? I am stooping so low, like the other person who is arguing with me, or who's fighting with me, or who is bullying me. I'm losing my point, I'm losing my ground. What is most important? Never lose your ground, talk sense. Do not talk nonsensical when you are talking about a point. There have been so many instances in adult life where you have to talk about difficult matters. You can't avoid that. So, my point, see failure, do not hide it. If even single person today is listening to me and feeling me, feels me, post something tomorrow which is talking about your failure, not your success. Enough of success stories going around in the world. I want to listen to a failure. I want people to talk about anything and everything which is not good. What is this social media and all these videos just about good, just about good? Everything is so good and rosy that the kids have started to feel, oh, we are in heaven. And what would happen when they go out and see that's not heaven? It's a hell. So let's not make a rosy picture. Let's clean the screen, start to share your original stories, which are not formatted, not PDFs, which are not anything artificial. Smile, smile, try to smile, but try to be a real smile. And this is something which I truly believe in. I have said sorry to the delivery agent who came down to my place. I was very rude to that fellow. And I had the courage to say sorry because I felt that, okay, what's his fault? It's none of his fault. So the next time he turned up, I gave him a toffee. So the point is, we can say sorry. We can say sorry. It's so easy. But please feel it. Please feel it, because you know what? Nobody is going to benefit from your sorry but you. Just you. Your anger, your sugar controlled medicines, your blood control medicines, all medicines are going to reduce if you just try to be positive and say sorry. So, am I suggesting? No, dear, I am today not suggesting to say sorry, to say this, to don't be narcissistic or don't be sad, sob story. I am today just asking you to get up from whichever place you are from and just try to smile and just try to look at the positive things around you in your life. All I want is that you should look at the brighter picture. I'm not trying to prove a point. I'm not trying to make you understand. I just want you to understand yourself. I just want you to stop proving yourself. I just want you to stop pointing yourself, because when you point like this, you point yourself, dear. You point yourself. So don't play the blame game. Get that my troubles are because of this. My trouble is because of that. I have failure. I have success because of this. No, dear. Even if you're successful, even if you're a failure, it's because of you, nobody else. If only in management we talked about failures. If only. So you wouldn't have been listening to me today. The sad part is nobody talks about failure. I used to be very poor in maths. My parents used to wonder what will she do when she grows up. And today, I'm very proud to say that my success story is that I was able to live a life. I'm able to make people smile. So what if I was never good at maths? So that's my success story. So many people suggested, take her to this tuition, take her to this doctor. Maybe this doctor would help in having a good memory in maths. So many suggestions. Everybody tried to prove their points. That she does not concentrate. That's why her maths is so poor. She's not good at in studies now because she's not concentrating. Everybody tried to prove their points. What happened? My parents were like, yeah, maybe they're right. So, no, dear. I'm strictly against this, that if you listen to opinions, just listen. Just listen to them. Put your point across. Agreement, disagreement. Just say it and leave the discussion there. Talk about anything and everything around the world. There are so many other things to talk about. How many times has this happened that there was a missed call and you remember that that person called me up and I never called back? Call back. Call back that person today. Try to talk to that person today if you can. Just say hi. Just message hi. Just text hello. For me, that is hand holding. For me, that is doing a social commitment. For me, that is doing some social work as well. Because in today's generation, we are this close to social media, but we are this far socially. So close social media, so far socially. We have to come socially close. Social media close, but socially we have to come close. Can you call that person today and say hi, who gave you a call back and you never bothered to call back? Can you call your mom today? Can you call your dad today? Can you call your sister today? Can you call that friend today? That's hand holding. I'm not asking you to go to the social welfare center and adopt a dog. Don't do that. I'm not asking you to do anything big. Just simply call up that person who called you up or worries about you or thinks about you before they go to bed. Or when they get them in the morning, they look for a message from your side. You know who that person is in your life. Just close your eyes and you'll see the face of that person. So just call them. That's hand holding. Though hand holding is a very big word, but I'm not asking you to do that. I'm not asking you to guide a person. Just simply call that person. I'm not asking you to make all the amends in your life. No point. When we leave this planet and go to heavenly abode, not everything is going to be perfect. Not everybody is going to be say, oh, she's gone. She was such a nice soul. No way. Whatever I do, there will be there will be issues. There will be people complaining. So do not over exaggerate. Just simply hand hold someone Just simply call someone, just simply say hi to someone. Try to be happy about it. Try this, because rest is all karma. I have seen it. I have seen in my life that whatever you do comes back to you. There must be so many people in this world who have been through this. You do good, you get good. A poor lady, she said that Diwali is here. It's such a big festival. Can you give me some money? I gave her some. Next few days later, she came up to me. She said she needed some more. I was reluctant. I thought, why? I mean, she should be happy at whatever I gave. I'm not entitled to give anything to her. She should be so happy. But then an angelic soul, that angelic soul told me, said to me, that what? You can't pay her extra? Once you go to the market, that petty sum which will be giving her such a big smile, you'll spend that petty sum in a jiffy. But you can't give that single rupee to a person in need. Try that. That angelic soul told me, try this. This is karma. You do good, you get good. You give that lady that money which she is looking for so that she can celebrate the festival with her family happily. And dear, believe you me, I gave her that extra money. It was difficult for me. I did not dance with joy after giving her that extra money. I said, oh, okay. But I'm giving it because I do feel, I do agree that for me, it's such a petty sum. For her, it's a big sum. Because I believe big time in karma. But then I do not keep on thinking about it as well. Live and let go. Live and let go. When you wake up in the morning, it's a good day. Nature, look at the nature. Is it that difficult? Try it. I know sometimes when we are so sad, we feel that looking at nature is no good. Try it. God must have created trees, beautiful butterflies, and these colorful flowers with a purpose. There must be a purpose behind it. Otherwise, why would God waste so much of time in color designing so many flowers, so many different kinds of trees, so many different kinds of birds, so many different birds that I do not know the names of them. But because I have a very small garden in my house, I keep on seeing those birds. And those birds, today itself, I saw a very small bird, this small. And believe me, I never was a very nature friendly person. But then when I saw that bird, I said, God has created so many varieties which I don't even know about. Please try to look at the brighter picture. Not everything is about you, not everything is about your life, not everything is about failure, success, not everything is about just you. Come out of you, come out of your skin, come out of your shoes. One day, just come out of it. This is such a big world that I must tell you, there's so many people who do not have what you have. I know this is the corona time. This is a trying time. Many of us are suffering from corona. Many of us have lost their jobs. Many of us are fighting this deadly disease themselves. But there must be something better in it. There must be something better in it. How? How can this be better? How can this be better? You lost a friend to corona? And I'm saying, how can this be better? How can this be better? At least you have a friend who passed away with the good memories you have of him or her. There are many people in the world I know who have no friend. If today they die, they feel that nobody's going to miss us, nobody's going to think about us, nobody will have memories about us. I'm telling you, dear, success, failure, sorrow, happiness, it is all in your mind. You are suffering from corona, but if you're able to listen to me, or if someday, somewhere, you are able to understand, hear from someone about what I said, that means you are in that condition where you can understand things apart from your disease. You're lucky. You lost your job, but still you are able to earn a bread. One day, a bread, just one bread. I know that's less, but at least one bread. I know people in the world, you know people in the world who do not even get single bread in a day. They die of hunger. At least you have that plate where you have one bread. One of my very, very dear friends is going through a divorce, very tough one. That divorce is killing her. And she thought that, oh God, I'm the worst affected person because I am going through a divorce. My kids are young. I'm young. I have no source of income. What would happen to me? And that lady thought that I'm the unluckiest person in the world. I talked to her. I tried to make her understand. I said, no, you have roof over your head. That's yours. You have friends that are yours. You have people willing to share their hard-earned money on you. God, you are blessed. You have lovely kids who respect you, who taught over you. What happened if you were just single and divorced and you're young? Then she had other issue that, okay, I agree. I might not be able to date. I might not be having anyone in my life again. So I have 5 fingers, 2 ears, 2 eyes. God has made me enough. I do not need another party to complete me. I need another party to give me happiness. But what if we find happiness in ourselves? Then you need companionship only if you have one. You will not be going around looking for it. This is a mindset. Success, failures, relationships, that's all mind game. Why do you need a companion? You should need a companion only if we're able to find one. Don't go looking for it. Whenever you go looking for it, you're self-doubting that you are less. Today, the science has developed so much that if you want to have children, you can have it without even a partner. What else? It's all here, dear. You can be so strong here that even if you live for 100 and more than 100 years, you can be single and raise a cricket team, a hockey team, a baseball team on your own without any support. We all have been made equally strong, male or female. I have always felt that. I have been brought up in a house where I was pampered, showered with love, showered with gifts. I did not know how to drive. I did not know what are taxes. One day, a person came down and I happened to open the door and asked, what do you want? A bill. Which bill? Water bill. Water has a bill. And I was so naive. I did not even know that when I use that tap water, I have to pay a bill. But today, when that bill came and asked, that fellow laughed at me. That she does not even know this. So, dear, that day I decided, no, I'm not going to be dependent on anyone. I'm equally equally educated, equally strong. And now I know everything about taxation. I know everything about driving. I know everything about tax bills. And I do that daily. And now I took it upon myself that if tomorrow, God forbid, I have to do it all by myself alone, I can do anything. I can fly a rocket. You give me one, I'll learn it. You give me a truck to drive, I'll drive that truck. How come this confidence came upon me? Because I was bullied in my school. I had a lot of issues, a lot of growing up issues, anger management issues. If I can do that, what? I did not even hear to so many success stories because it's just all here. For many, I would be a failure. Whenever I take these classes, many people say that, okay, why are you so happy? Because I feel I'm very happy and I'm very successful. If I'm today talking and if one person agrees with me, I am successful. But there must be so many who feel one person, what's the point? There should be hundreds and thousands of people. See, that's what I'm trying to say. Success is contextual. It's all in your mind. What are failures? What are success? It's all how you perceive it. I have a small house. I have a small car. I want to drive a BMW. I want to drive an Audi. I want to drive a Mercedes. I want to drive a Ferrari. No, but I can't afford that. 10 years ago, I wanted to do all of that. But then I could realize that this is my limitation. This is what I am. This is what I can do. That was frustrating because the counterparts here, they were very successful. So dear, I took it upon myself that no way, that's not success story. Success story is all here. If today I'm able to talk to you, if I'm able to do this much, not this much, this much, that's success story for me. Rather than sulking and taking double BP medicines, taking sugar medicines, having nauseas, having headaches, what's the point? I looked at a brighter picture. For many, this is a torn copy. No use. For many, this is the perfect book. For me, they are all equal. They're all equal there. They're all equal. It's all here if you perceive it like that. If you see, that's only the torn texture. Purpose of both is the same. Educate. What are these? Simple. 2 pencils. One is bigger, one is smaller. What if I tell you, and you are a Mont kid, a small baby? Oh, both are same. You would have never known what is shorter, what is longer, what is bigger, what is smaller. If we would have taught, we would have been taught about it. But sadly, nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about mental framework. How do you fight depression? How do you fight frustration? How do you fight mental health? How do you take care of your mental health? Don't pop those mental antidepressants. No point. You know what kind of a havoc those medicines are creating. Try to inculcate what I told you today. Just try to smile. Just try one hand holding. Just try to call someone. The next time there is a fight going on and there's anger bursting in your head, you are depressed, your frustration that your son has done this, your daughter has done that, your husband has done this, your boss has done that. Oh, I do not have this. Trump lost elections, Joe Biden is there, or Joe Biden is there. What would he do? What would he not do? God, there are so many issues. Relax. Just chill. I've seen so many people, they start fighting about those matters which are not even genuinely affecting us. In bars, in cocktails, in parties, they start fighting about those matters which are not directly concerned with you. How can we avoid that? Here comes my point. Prove you. Why do you have to prove your point, and why do you have to make the other person agree with you only when you're successful? You've kept your point, you've done your job. Just leave. Just leave it, let go. Because these small discussions, they often lead to brawls, those brawls who give a never-ending trigger effect in lives. In my area, Corona has created an havoc. Near, dear, everywhere there are Corona patients. I was just telling a lady that it seems this Corona is going to get us. She said, no, don't say that. Don't say that, because we have so much to still do. But at a certain age, when you're old, you are free from your responsibilities. You are a free bird. It's all right. You will be gone. You will be missed. There will be memories, but a whole family will not be shaken up. If one person, even if one person who is having a certain role in the family immediately vanishes from the scene, whole generations will see the trigger effect of this. Save yourself from this deadly disease. Save yourself from the mental health disease. Save yourself from all the success stories and giving you depression. Save yourself from that. Because one pop of that medicine is not going to give you any solution, which is a long one. But here, if you try to inculcate a positivity, if you try to see that bird flying in the sky, just be saying, oh, that's such a beautiful bird. Oh, thank God, this is such a beautiful sky. Oh, at least I'm able to see a sky. It's not like that my vision is blocked. I'm able to see the sky. I get so happy when I'm able to see the sun. The town I'm living in, it's a cold weather. Sometimes there's no sun. I'm so happy that there's sun. I can go and sit in the sun. So the whole point comes down there, just one thing. You don't know about your issues. I do not want to know about your issues. There are going to be so many issues that you can talk to me daily. Why don't you talk to yourself? Why don't you talk to the next available person? What will happen? That fellow might not be interested in listening to and might hang up. No issues. Please don't take it to your heart. This has happened with me when I want to talk about myself and I'm depressed and frustrated. Nobody wants to listen. But in around 10 calls which I've made, one person will be there who wants to listen. And if that person is also not available, then many people like me on social media, on platforms are there to help. They're always available to listen to you. And then, as I say, rest is karma. Do good, get good. Just sorry for that. I want to mention something about this, what I've written here. There will be moments of self-doubts. How many of you have been through a relationship, be it personal, be it professional, where you have doubted yourself? You have? Please do that. How many moments have been there when you have been judgmental about yourself? Please do that. Please be judgmental. How many times have there been moments of embarrassment? Just like those moments in Bridget Jones' Diary. There will be embarrassing moments. Sometimes they come as a nightmare that what embarrassment was I? Do that. That's the fun. That's the fun in life. Please don't be so guarded. Everybody has gone through their own struggles. Everybody is a survivor, as I had mentioned. Everybody has been through a moment of despair. Everybody has been through complete madness. Whenever you come to home, sometimes home does not feel like a home. It feels like a circus. That's like complete madness. And as I already enacted, if your room is a mess, you can either hold your head like this and cry, or 2 minutes, just 2 minutes, you will be able to clean your room. I promise, just 2 minutes it takes to clean that mess up. And in those 2 minutes, if earlier you would had lost your temper and in the moment of madness you had gone absolutely haywire, what's the point? You could have saved those minutes and time, and maybe now you would have been having your coffee rather than getting angry and having a complete madness and having a complete breakdown. Try it. There are so many things which you do not know are a blessing and can be saved if we just avoid that moment of madness, that moment of sorrow, and that moment of despair can make us do a decision which is not good. So don't take a decision that time. As I said, survivor. You, me, everybody who's listening to me is a survivor. Just think about that situation where you thought, oh, I've lost it. Oh, I've lost it. Let me touch upon it more closely. How many of you have thought about ending your life? Many survivors, they are the winners. Many survivors, they are the winners, but they will never narrate their stories. Avoid all these stories which keep on coming every day. I have so many mails of success stories. I do not want to listen to them. They just fill my mind. This is the definition of success. No, this is not. The definition of success is you, the survivor. Many a times we have such a smiley exterior, but here, interior is so lost. And as I said, leaving your life midway will create a wave which will be going on for generations to come. One wrong decision of a family member will create ripples effect to coming generations, and one good decision of a family member will uplift whole generation and sometimes whole community. Many survivors will never come across and say, I'm a survivor, because you also are a survivor. When you talk about your battles, when you talk about your life, and you're able to talk about it, even if you here or here, you are a survivor. Just talk about it to yourself and then somebody outside. Just talk about it. And don't every time start judging that, is that fellow listening to me? Is that, you know what? I have always felt that life is such a mind game. It's all in the mind. Today I wanted to eat a pizza. It's been ages in this lockdown, in this corona. It's been almost a year that I've had a pizza. I can be so sad about it. What did I do? Oh, I learned to make a pizza at home. It's such a success story for me. I learned to make a pizza sauce, pizza base, cheese, everything at home. As I told you, Corona has created a havoc around my area. Every day new patients are coming. So due to that, I do not want to go out. I do not want outside food. So for me, I'm a survivor that I was able to make all the delicacies which keep on coming on the net. So see, I tried to scale those rivers which are so unknown to me. I must tell you, I've never been a very good cook. But then in these 9 months of lockdown, I said enough of outside food. Now that I can't get it, I'll learn how to make it. So you name it. Now I know everything under the sun. Because I'm a pure vegetarian, I can cook almost anything which is vegetarian. I came across a lady who's a widow and she's only 30. And she got married at 18. She has a big kid. I said, what do you want to do? Do you want to get married again? Kathy, never. No, she said, never. I don't want to get married again. She still misses her husband. She said, no, I'm not interested in getting married. Because marriage is not the only thing. See, she's a survivor. She's not crying over something which she has no control over. She is such a big survivor. Well, you never come across her. You will never meet a woman like that. If she's in the household, doing chores, raising up a child all by herself, she will never come across to you and say, I'm a survivor. She is a big survivor. At such a young age, being a widow and trying to raise the child all by yourself, where you are less educated, you do not have any employment, you are just surviving on the money your husband has left, just trying to make wise investment decisions. She is an inspiration for me. When her husband passed away, I had doubts, how will she survive? And today I'm proud of her. The way she has survived, the way she has been fighting. Yes, she has sorrows, because she and her husband used to visit me often. It's it's been 4 years that she's turned up at my place. Only one she turned up. And I said to her that, why don't you turn up anymore? She said, because I always miss him. I start to cry when I come to your place. See, that is a survivor. Telling her issues on my phone, on my face, that I don't want to come to your home. You come to mine whenever you want, but I'll not come to your house, because I creep on crying, thinking he sat there, he talked about this, he was sitting here. So she's a survivor. Survivors do not meet you often. They do not tell their failures. They do not tell your success stories. So, dear, you are a survivor. You are a failure. Even if you have failed at everything in your life, you feel that way. You feel that way. If you are able to think about it in a clear perspective, you are a survivor. Don't listen to all the stories of success. Not everybody is supposed to be Jeff Bezos. The world is full like people like us, you, me, trying to make ends meet, trying to dream of a perfect vacation, trying to dream of a good big TV. And we find joy in those small things. But sometimes we forget those things and start to sulk, start to get depressed. Try to think about the first joy you got. Really relish your memories, relish the nature, relish your memories, relish. If you like bread, relish that. You do not like bread, but you have to eat it. Relish that too. Develop a taste, because I had to develop taste for all the things which are green. I do not like them. But I had to develop because I have to eat for my gut and not just for my tongue. I do not like all these lentils and all these breads, but I had to develop a taste for that. Why? Because I want to take care of my gut. So you have to adjust to things which are not your things, which are not the way you want. Adjust. Adjust to things. Adjust to life. There must be so many things you have to adjust daily with. So the next time, when you meet that certain individual you have to adjust to, what would be your reaction? This is inner you. Again, I have to meet this. Why doesn't he just vanish away from here? Oh, thank God I'm giving another interview. I just hope I get through. I don't want to see this place again. And this is the interior you. Hello, sir. How are you, sir? You know what? What just happened? Inside, there is a battle going on. Inside, you were thinking, God, I have to say hello again. I have to wish him again. Oh, I so wish I do not have to see his face. What's the point there? Why can't you be in sync with both? You are just sulking. That fellow might retire from here, and you might also retire from the same working place, thinking you will keep on thinking, oh, I wish I could have got another job. I would have gone to that place. You might both retire, and you might never be friends, but you might retire from the same place. Why don't we adjust to this? Everybody is so different, because that individual you are not liking might not like you, might have issues about you. But can you listen to those issues? Can you listen to confrontations? Confrontations is an altogether different topic. First, we need to learn to deal with failures. Once we understand that failures, talking about your own issues with a smile, it's not something losers do. It is something with heroes do. Do you have the courage to say out loud what problems do you have? Let me start with a problem that I have. I overthink. I think so much. Ugh. No, I'll go to the market, I'll get milk. Oh, that fellow is going to come near, touch me. Oh, Corona. Oh my God, my mask might fly away. Oh my God. Oh my God, I have to cover this hair. Oh, this. Oh, that. Oh my God, I have to go get milk. And I might not even go to fetch milk. I might not even go, but I thought about it so much. I overthink. Oh God, I think so much. Can you talk about your problem like this with group of friends, that seriously from your heart that you think this is the problem you have, without being defensive, without being argumentative? Can you do that? Try that. Believe you me, to try that. Your headaches, your alcoholism, your any kind of abuse will just vanish if you try to make amends with your soul. Then you try to make amends with outside. You control your thought process and just try to talk to yourself. Just talk to yourself. Because you can't just control everything. Why don't you just talk about it yourself and then hand holding, one call to anyone, anywhere. Don't have anyone anywhere. People like me are always there to talk about you, talk about your problems. Just search for us. Just look for us. Post your issues. Adjust to life. There is no other solution apart from that.
So
You
yeah,
have, yeah.
yeah. So thank you so much, Swati. Though you are not feeling well, I mean, it was so inspiring that you're able to speak today, and also you are doing it in such a candid way, in a as a honest conversation. Thanks for doing that. So yeah, please continue. I mean, you have some more to add.
No, I think I can talk about humans and our mind games all through the rest of our lives.
Yeah, maybe we'll do another session. I think now we are probably 20 minutes past the hour. Actually, I did not even notice.
No,
So,
I could not because
anybody has any questions? Yeah, but before you get the questions, just want to reiterate about Let Us Talk It, that yeah, it is about creating and empowering a community. So thank you all the wonderful audience and the speakers. So we have two more sessions, the noon sessions, like tomorrow and day after, and also we have the youth sessions. Like for example, today the youth sessions are at 4 p.m. Eastern Time and 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. The 4 p.m. youth prep session is about youth and finance, and 8:45 p.m. today is about the importance of food and healthy and unhealthy choices. So both are the youth series. And then we have more sessions, interesting sessions that are coming up. Um, Tomorrow we have, just a second, let me check. Yeah, that is Wednesday noon. We have data science and financial analysis by Geeta Kakrani, CEO of Kanishka IT. And then on Thursday, we have artificial intelligence for robotics. That is by Amanpreet Singh, an artificial intelligence researcher. Yeah, so please join hands with us and give your feedback, and kindly subscribe to Let Us Talk It YouTube channel, and also follow our Facebook updates. We appreciate your time. So, okay, if you have any questions, feel free to ask our wonderful speaker Swati. Otherwise, yeah, I have one general question. So I know this has been a very candid and open conversation. That is the way I looked at it. It was pretty interesting the way you were able to show the other side of the coin. Where only success is more popular, but failure is always regarded as something desirable. So yeah, thanks for your perspectives. And I know you made like one or two controversial statements, but I think everything what you put together really helped us think more, and then it really is a very thought-provoking points that you put out there. So yeah, that's wonderful. Any others have any questions, team? Yeah, and we have also on the Facebook and YouTube live. Um, I think let us quickly check if there is anything else going on. So, okay. Yeah, I think looks like, You answered all the questions without even asking. So that is the positive side of it. So yeah, otherwise, yeah, thank you so much for your great time, Swati. And we look forward to speak more and probably find out what other topics you would have for the community. We'll get in touch with you. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Swati, and everybody take care.